All right, looks like we're getting started here. What's up, everybody, and welcome to the stream. Today is a special one because we are having a great opportunity to talk about what makes you succeed or fail as a content creator. And I'm going to be talking about, in general, for those who are coming in, what's up, controller, what's up, tagged, for my audience, how to take your content to the next level based on what you like, finding your niche, growing in that niche, and then ultimately expanding to more and more niches and more ways to reach people. This is something that I don't do often, but I know that, what's up, Air to the Ron, people who on my TikTok at Raynday Gaming get really excited about it. They actually get very happy to see everything that I'm explaining, like kind of like, how much do content creators make? How do they make that money? How do I get started off of nothing when I want to get to 1,000 subscribers? This stream is all about answering that. It is sponsored by McDonald's, an opportunity to sit down with me and talk growth, talk gaming, demystify some of these things so you know what's going on. You don't feel like it's this hidden world. And through that, hopefully empower some of you guys to make some decisions and to get interested and start seeing, how can I become a part of this world that I love? How can I actually make an impact and work with McDonald's? How can I work as a creator? How can I build this as a side job? I feel like I've covered so much, and maybe you don't care at all. You just want to know, okay, how much money is Shroud and Ninja and Dr. Disrespect actually making? Maybe you just want to know that. Great. I feel like I've covered everything. And the only thing that isn't covered is my face right now and McDonald's French fries and my double cheeseburger, which is on the way. And you guys got to use the McDelivery app. It's awesome. Check it out. Use the McDelivery app. It connects you to the local McDonald's. It gives you hot daily deals. So if you order McDonald's a bunch, like you guys know me, we do these streams. We get McDonald's in. We get our grub on. When you're able to do it through McDelivery, you get access to a lot of things that you may not have if you're just going traditionally through those Uber Eats or DoorDash. And it connects you to a partnered one of those services to bring you your McDonald's. So it's not like you have to then open up DoorDash. You do it all through the McDelivery app. It sets your Uber up with your hot deals through Uber Eats or through DoorDash, whatever it is, and make sure that you go ahead and get your food right on time. I got my McDonald's on the way. It is about, let me see, guys, I don't know, 10 minutes away. And I got to say that this year has been an amazing year. It started last year where I actually was able to partner with McDonald's for the first time in January, just about a year ago. And working with the Anaheim Ducks, following them, working through the Chargers gaming studio, working through them with these sponsored streams, board game nights with my family, my girlfriend, talking about this and adding gaming education. I think McDonald's is really making a strong statement to be in the space of gaming and to help people. And that's the point. I think helping people connect gaming and sports with the background of working with these sports teams where I come from that sports background and I know what that's like being that athlete. It's been awesome. So let's get started. I want to start this. You're drinking your evening tea. I love it. I want to start this off by saying hi. Say hi to everybody in the chat. Spartan, Joe, Tristan, Caden, Ben, Corey, Infinity. I see you guys chatting and I appreciate it. One thing that I want to let you guys know is that there are a couple ways to be a part of the channel. One is to subscribe and make sure you get my videos. That would be turning on the notification bell. But if you just want to get them every now and then, make sure to just hit the subscribe button. You can like this stream to help promote it to people so YouTube will get more people in here and know that you're liking it. Another way to do it is to actively donate or become a member. I have 3 membership levels. You can join as an initiate, you can join as a member, or you can join as a leader. And these different elements are different prices, but they come with more extensive perks such as access to Discord chat and voice and, members chat only. You get the green badge of royalty as well as highlighted messages within the chat. And of course, all of the emotes that come with this chat, as we're going to be adding more because we've actually got more members coming through. What I'm going to do at the end of this stream or towards the middle is we're actually going to take some of you, and for those who super chat, which is another way, it's a way to highlight your messages. I'm going to, if you would like, take a look at anybody who super chats channel or content or question and answer that directly. So it will take me potentially off of what I'm saying, but you will get that question answered. You will get a deep dive into whatever it is. We're just sitting here and chatting. And so hopefully you find it valuable if you haven't super chatted before, or if you were thinking about it, that this might be the time you're going to get that much more information and attention to that super chat. Awesome. Super excited about doing this with you guys. And again, one thing about this is a family-friendly stream. So if you ask me to check out your YouTube channel, definitely happy to do so. We'll give you some tips. We'll say what I would do, what I wouldn't do, what I would change maybe, or what I would add. But it cannot be any cussing. It obviously can't be anything that's inappropriate. You got to think McDonald's. So that's what we're going to do here. All right, let's get into it. Let's start with this cool element. What's up, Acreus? What's up, Dang? I am sponsored with McDonald's. Yes, it's an amazing thing. So here's what is cool. I actually love my last Instagram post. Thank you, buddy. And a lot of it is on my TikTok. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to post a couple of links. One link is going to be to my Discord, and one link is going to be to my TikTok. And then we're going to get started. And you guys will have the links to all that. That way, if you just become a member or you want to check out what our Discord is like, considering becoming a member, want to look at what those voice chats and things like are, then this is a great opportunity to do so. So let me go ahead and get you guys the link. And any Discord members, any members in the chat right now, say what's up. Shout, holla. Let's go. Raynday's Rainstorm. Here we go, guys. Invite people. We're going to copy this. So, Discord link. And my TikTok. Why am I linking my TikTok, guys? Because I told you guys who follow me that I cover a lot of these topics on TikTok daily. I cover gaming tips, insights, education, and growth there daily. And what's cool is that I actually have spent today 4 TikToks coming in today. Can you believe that? So that is the amount of content that you guys are going to be getting.
Just showing support and appreciation. I'm inspired to make content soon.
All right, Air to the Ron. He hits it with the very first super chat of the day. Thank you so much for your inspiration in getting that started and the example that you've been proving by supporting constantly throughout these last 2 streams. I remember you. I appreciate you. Thank you very much, man. Air to the Ron, big time member. Although not a member in spirit and heart by far. Thank you for the support and kicking it off, man. And I'm excited about your content journey. If you have more questions, let me know. We got Groog Grux coming in to the Rainstorm as a member. This is exciting, and I love this. And welcome, my friend, to the membership. You now get access to the emotes. You get a green badge of royalty, as well as access to the voice-only and member chat-only section of our Discord. You know what? It's a great thing. I'm excited to have you, man. Thank you so much for joining and supporting the community. I'm new here. What's the scoop? What's up, senor? I love your passion and how you take time to break down everything down to the smallest detail. And also, it's not all about gaming. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you, man. I appreciate that, too. This is something that I definitely appreciate. People liking elements of creating. So let's get into this. Let's get into this element. Because my point is, I really want to make sure that you guys know that I started this from the same place you all were. I want to talk a little bit about my journey. And I think this journey will be relevant. And so super chats coming in and things like that, they'll take my attention. But I want to tell you a little bit of the story of how I got started. Let's start there. How I began my YouTube channel was a dream. It was a vision. And I think all of you who are going to start doing YouTube channels and visions and things like that have to have something that you're connecting it to. I'll tell you my connection. My connection was I was working a very deadbeat job in my eyes. Coming from playing in stadiums, playing for the U.S. national team, being the best of the best in the entire United States is a huge thing to then go work in an office after that. There's a feeling of just, I'm not where I need to be. And a creative aspect of me wasn't being outlet anymore. I tried to find ways to do it within my office job, but I was getting more and more depressed. And I was getting more and more upset. And during that time, I was on a break with my girlfriend of 5-6 years. I was at a very, very low physically. I was not taking care of my body. And I was also, my family had just been basically kicked out of our home. We had some financial troubles. We lived in a very affluent area. We grew up in Calabasas where, the Kardashians lived. And when the real estate crash happened, it really kicked us to the side. It really did. It hurt. And it was a tough journey. We went to many different places. We stayed with our grandmother. We stayed in people's guest houses. We stayed at church. We stayed at a church for half a year, and did service to pay our way there. We did all of that as a family, and it allowed us to grow very, very tight. But during that time, I was working this job that I didn't like, and when it got to the point where all of these elements of my life were like, this is not what I want, I realized that I was watching people to take my mind off it that were doing things that I liked. And so when I saw people like Fresco, when I saw Force Strategy Gaming, when I saw people doing these things, I said, this is actually a lifestyle I can get into, and I don't have to go anywhere. No one has to tell me that I'm good or bad. No one can tell me whether this is not. I'm not judged like, hey, coach wouldn't play me in the game in the national championships, and that's why I feel like we lost. I've had those moments. And I'm saying, this is all me. So I started thinking that could be cool. And in my parents' house, at that church, in the 2-bedroom apartment where 5 of us lived, and my sister and I slept in this random closet. And again, it was a beautiful area. It wasn't this horrible, horrible thing, but the transition was incredible. What ended up happening was I got a computer. I put a credit card down for a Lenovo desktop, and I started creating content every day. And when I created that content, I ultimately became enamored with what this could be, because I wasn't just making a video. I was making a path for how to be successful in my life. When content creators succeed, oftentimes it is because they have that huge thing inside of them going, this is a bigger vision, because content's a very hard game. So the first part of growing is having a vision that's bigger than just making quick money or getting famous right away. That to me is how to truly last in the content game. Air to the Ron upgraded to Rainstorm Leader. You might be the first leader here, Ron, and that is a very good example of who you are. Thank you so much for upgrading, brother. I appreciate that. And welcome, one of the first Rainstorm leaders in the entire Rainstorm membership. That's awesome, dude. Thank you so much. So let's get to where that created my intention. Everything that you do in life, I think, has to have a strong intention behind it. And so I would say, as content creators, find one, get one. What does it mean to you to be living the life that you want as a content creator? Does it mean freedom? Does it mean having fun with your family? Being able to be there when your kids go to sleep and wake up, and when they have their soccer games. I was fortunate to have parents who are around all the time. And for me, my relationship with my family and my parents is one of the most valuable things on planet Earth. And part of it is that I understand the value and the support that's given me, so I want to be there to give it back. But if I'm working the way that I was working in a job I didn't like, I realized that's not scalable. So how do I scale and provide my kids and my life in a way like that? And when you connect it to that vision, for some people it's travel. Some people it's you want to buy your mom a home because she's been struggling. Some people it's you've never had anything of your own. You've always had to share it, or someone's always taken it from you. And now this is the one thing in your life you can control and put all your energy in, and no one can take it away from you. Whatever that is, get attached to that vision, because that will carry you through. It will ultimately carry you through to what you want. Okay? Hope you're good. Spent 10 hours upgrading your PC, ready to stream and make vids. I can't wait, Brian. And if you have any questions, again, super chats are open. I have a PC in there I got to unbox as well. Now, let's talk about what happened once I got that vision, because I did. And I decided to invest in myself. I put a computer on my credit card. I'm not saying you should do that. I also ended up putting a monitor and a blue microphone. In fact, wait a second. Do I have it? I think I finally gave it away. Well, is it still here? Oh my God. Look at this. I kept it. My very first microphone. This is my very first microphone, and it cost me $200. And at that point, that was a lot of money for me. So you can, it's still breaking here on the backside. But this is where I recorded all of my Smite. This is where I recorded all of my stuff until I probably probably got hired for high res. These are the exact headphones I used to start it out. They're Logitech headphones. One of the biggest things that I felt like was a missed opportunity is that I'm a Logitech partner, but my relationship with their gaming partnerships manager is just not great. I don't know what it is. I mean, I feel like it's a great story. It'd be great to be having them as a sponsorship that's actively sending me stuff and interacting with me. I think you guys would like it. These are literally headphones from 5 years ago that started my entire career. So, missed opportunity, but you do have to understand that those are things that happen, and sometimes it just says, okay, cool, we move on, right? I mean, I have a Logitech chair. I have this is $1,500 chair. Anyways, so now we'll see what ends up happening with that. But I bought that, and I started making videos. And one of the videos that I made that really started it, I'm going to go to my very first video. I made 2 videos. The first video that I made was actually a League of Legends video. Believe it or not, yeah. And if you type League of Legends, Garen, Raynday, you will see, let's go to it. Let's do this. Okay, let's go to this. Am I hearing myself? I am. Wait, why did that happen? Oh, there we go. Okay. Let's go to window capture. That's not it. Here we go. Okay. So, if you can see right here, this is actually my very first video. Right here, 6 years ago, League of Legends gameplay Garen. Let's take a listen to it because I want to show you guys exactly what it sounded like, because a lot of you have this first thing where you don't believe you're ready to start making content. Listen to what this sounds like.
What is armor and magic? Welcome everybody to another game of League of Legends. This is Raynday, and we are playing Garen. Can't wait to see this guy in action. He is a fighter, and I intend to fight.
And I intend to fight. Oh, I already got an ad? Wow, I'm making money. They must know some of you guys are searching this up. They're like, let's get some cash while we can. This video, no one gets into this video.
Let's check out Garen's abilities. Decisive Strike. Garen breaks free from all slows affecting him and gains 35% movement speed, which is great. That's a great defensive escape ability. Second, and his next basic attack within 4.5 seconds deals extra physical damage and silences his target. Excellent. Secondly, you have Courage.
I mean, look, listen, guys. Let me just say that it doesn't get much better. It doesn't get much better. I'm not even talking. Potato mic. It was the mic from the Logitech thing. I haven't said anything for like 30 seconds right now because I'm so focused. And I'm not great at this game. I mean,
This tower, baby.
This is me. This is me 6 years ago. And what is that? What should that tell you? It should tell you that there's no version of you showing up that's not good enough. That was obviously now me, not very good. But starting out, you have to start somewhere. And this is what I decided to do. I looked at 2 games that I thought I could play. League of Legends was one and Smite was the other. I knew that they had audiences. I knew that they had really good searchable content, which is a key to starting out. You want to make sure your content is searchable and evergreen when you begin. I'm going to explain those 2 words, and I'm going to explain why they really matter and why MOBAs are a great choice for it. When you have content that's evergreen, evergreen means that it is always relevant. It's always something that someone can go and watch. And by the way, we have some new members coming into the Storm. We've got Malcolm Vaughn. Welcome to the Storm, my friend. You get the green badge of royalty in chat, as well as the emotes, access to the Discord, members-only voice, and normal chats. And I appreciate you supporting the Storm, as well as Tatsumi. Thank you so much for getting the green badge of royalty, supporting the Rainstorm, all of the emotes, and access to the Discord, members-only chats. Thank you so much for being a part of the Storm and supporting. Thank you, guys. Let's get to really what I'm saying is that you have to make content that today you could watch it and enjoy it, but then next week you could watch it and enjoy it. And then a year from now, you can watch it and enjoy it. Evergreen means that if you're making a content piece that is only good for 30 minutes or an hour or 2 days and then it's irrelevant, that's not evergreen. Evergreen is something that you could show, you could watch now and you could watch a year from now, or that people will still find value in it. And guides, how-to, tips, things like that are very good ways to make evergreen content, which always support your views, always bump up your exposure, your impressions, and it's a great thing that you need to do to start to grow. So I focused on what could I do that would be great to start to grow, and one of it was evergreen content, guides. The other thing was SEO. A lot of people are confused by SEO. What does SEO mean? Is simply the fact that you could go to a video and search it up, and you can go how to play Cabrakan Smite, right? A lot of people are actually searching, and I'm going to make this a little bigger on my screen so you guys could see, even though it's slightly blocking, my head, but I'll move over here just for a little bit. So a lot of you guys see that people will be searching these things, right? How to play Cabrakan. And people will look and search and look and try to figure it out. And this is something that the guide from 5 years ago is one of the biggest search engines. 6 months ago, this is still something I probably would have watched. So when you have guides, you're creating content that people are going to naturally try to come across, right? This is interesting because I created this piece of content 2 years ago, and it's got 155,000 views, but it wasn't always that way. This is just a piece of content that people want to know how to play Smite, and they want to know how to play their first game. And Neith is a very popular character. When you make videos like this, you give yourself an opportunity to actually do something that a lot of people don't. They just make videos, they throw a vlog out there, and they hope it works. Don't hope for your first 1,000 subs. Do strategic community building, answer all your comments, and create good SEO and good evergreen content, and you will grow from there. Now, when you go how to play Cabrakan Smite Raynday, this doesn't pop up anymore because it's about the same level of quality, unfortunately. But my first video after Garen was this. And you notice that video has, 100, something, 600 views, 300 views. This has 3.8 thousand. So this is really what gave me a lot of information. I actually did something in the first minute of this that I want to play to you guys and show you why I think it worked. And I want to comment on how this one video 6 years ago created a super fan that still shows up in my streams today from this one video 6 years ago, and how impactful one video can be on someone, and if you do the right thing. Also, Groog upgraded to the Rainstorm leader. I appreciate you, baby. Thank you so much. We got 2 leaders, I think, right now. That is big time coming through in this Rainstorm. All right, guys, so here's where we're at. I want you to listen to this.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another game of Smite Arena. This is Raynday, and we are going to be taking you through, and by we, I mean I'm going to be taking you through all of the gods, showcasing their arena performances. That's right, every single god we're going to be playing in Smite, so that everyone has a detailed guide, has gameplay that they can watch of their favorite god that they're interested in. I'm not going to be biased here. We are really going to go through the list. The only bias I'm going to do is play the gods that I want to play in what order I want to play them. But I'm going to play every single god here. And to be honest, I have not played some of these gods. But I've been playing Smite for a long time. I've been playing Arena for a long time. And so hopefully what we'll do is be able to put up videos where each god I pick really will synergize with our team. And that'll give you a way to see them highlighted in their best environment. So for this game, we really need a tank.
So this gets into the video, but I want to basically say for a moment here, the reason this is valuable, the reason this worked really well, and by the way, Tatsumi, thanks. Who better to support than the most wholesome dude ever love? You haven't subbed into anyone since the H1Z1 days. That's crazy. That is actually crazy, and I really appreciate that. Dang, that's huge. I know the stream keeps crashing, guys. We will definitely not have this issue come next week. We have business internet coming through. There's a lot of irregularity with my line currently for internet, but stick with it. Maybe go down to 720p as far as your encoding. Go down to 480. Don't worry. The information is most important. I know I'm streaming at 1080, but definitely don't do yourself a disservice and not actually get the stream quality because you're trying to get the highest quality. And I think, yeah, I'm hearing people that this is actually is kicking them. I'm sorry about that, guys. It is what it is. I got to get it fixed, but I believe that's happening next week. So what's great about that is that as a content creator, when you're growing, here's the key. You're trying to sell somebody a reason why you want to subscribe. Why would you subscribe to me? What am I doing that allows you to somehow support my vision? And when you tell someone that I am actually going to be covering every god. I'm doing a series where I'm going to bring value every single week to you. That's a pretty good value proposition for someone who likes that game. So starting a series that has value, starting a series that's evergreen, doing a guide on every god, doing a guide on every character, doing a how to play every character. Those are awesome ways to initially grab your first 100 to 500 to 1,000 subscribers. And that is a very great way to kick things off. Once you do that, and you guys will see over the course of my channel, what ended up happening, and I do want to go to my channel and go to videos and go to, let's see, where else do I want to go? I want to go to, let's go to the beginning. Oh, live now? Wait, what? Sort by oldest. So I started doing these guides. And then I started doing some videos. Now, this video right here was another attempt at discovering my audience. Now, take it easy, guys. What happens is if you can do another video, I've done 3 different types of videos. I've seen, well, you know what? Maybe this works a little better. Playing this mage, having this character, this seemed to go. It wasn't necessarily a guide. I told him it was a guide, but it said Smite Arena gameplay. Now I'm doing Nox. Now I'm doing Sylvanas, Apollo. Now Scylla. Oh, people really like Scylla. Plus, this was a different way of me actually titling this video. All of these things started to give me a lot of information. Look at this Emir one. I got 770 views where I was getting 5, 8, 2,000. Guys, these are my first videos. I was getting couple thousand views on my first videos. And that was I mean, if you got a few thousand views on your first videos, you probably would be ready to go and say, hey, I could do this. That is how important it is to have a clear theme with what you're doing. People knew they were coming here and they were getting arena gameplay. They were getting guides. They were getting commentary. And that was it. Now, I wonder if right around here, right? Look, because look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's say after my 10th video, how did I change? Did I change a little bit? Oh, look, I got an intro now. Wow. So after 10 videos, wait a second. I got an intro now, fam. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Raynday, and today we are going to be playing some more Smite Arena. Now, for those of you who have not seen this video series, this is a series where I take an in-depth look at every god in Smite and showcase their abilities in the arena. Now, okay, and so I'm going to go with the build that basically... Interesting. And this Fenrir is kind of okay. So interestingly enough in that moment, guys, I was actually a lot more I think just aware. I was a lot more aware. I had a lot more like kind of experience with it and just 10 videos later I started to get better, which is why how do you grow on YouTube other than being consistent? Your content will improve. Your content will improve when you're able to actually go ahead and take your videos and just keep making more of them. A lot of people think my content improves by coming up with these amazing ideas. A lot of the improvement is about the consistency and creating more. That's why I would say if you have an issue creating content, then just make content. Don't question it. Don't do anything. Just make content. Follow you from Smite to Apex. Love your commentary. Thank you so much. What about someone that wants to play Call of Duty? So I would say that Call of Duty is like any other game. What you have to establish when you're beginning, and this is that first part, right? Because growing is different things. There's elements to when you grow past your first 1,000 to past your 10,000 and blah, blah, blah. What ends up happening is you actually have different things that you have to master. Call of Duty is like a basic, though, for smiting anything, about niching, making good content to allow people to discover you, and then off of that growth and that momentum, starting to make content that will reach more people, but also satisfy your audience. I look at content like this. Once you're growing and you make content to get your subscribers, say you get 400, that's all you need. You just need 400. Then now every time you put a video out, if you've got happy subscribers, you're going to get 400 views. Now, not always. YouTube doesn't work that way where every notification is always sent. That's not the way it is now. But a lot of times you can count on the amount of subscribers that you have at a lower range of videos. Like, a million view subscribers don't always get close to a million views. But when you're younger and you have only 400, those people are a lot more engaged and activated. So when you have those 400, now your videos are getting 400. Maybe they're getting pushed to 1,000. Maybe you get 1,000, they're getting pushed to 1,000 to 5,000, right? And you can grow from that. But you need to build that initial army, that initial group, that initial following. And that following comes from finding a niche, providing value in that niche. So finding a niche, like what's my niche in Smite? Let's break it down. My niche was the game Smite, but within the game Smite, not just Smite Conquest, which is the main mode, Arena, a casual mode. My niche was doing guides on every god. So I had a niche of doing guides on every god, and then I had a niche of basically Smite Arena. I did those things, and that allowed me to really narrow down the people who would find me. And the people who were looking for me would absolutely want my content. It wouldn't be for everybody, but the people who were for me would absolutely need my content. Now, what we're going to do, guys, is I think we're going to just bring it to, for whatever reason. Okay. So, we have dropped the encoding down. I hope you guys get a little bit better. This is definitely not your fault. This is the fault of stuff going on in my internet. And, it does mean that it's unfortunate, but it does mean that it will be, we will get better and better over time with it. We will be better and better, and it will work out for us. So let's make sure that we've got all of these things that could be adding a little bit of extra stress, little stress test, down, and then we will be continuing up. So, okay, here we go. Let's make sure that's all done. Boom. Boom. Okay, guys. So let's get into, again, where we're trying to go. My McDonald's is here, so that's exciting. I'm going to go pick that up in a second. But let me just quickly remind you all of where we were at. We were talking about what's a niche, where are you niching into. COD is the same thing. If you want to make guides on, weapons, but why these weapons are really good, maybe in a specific mode, you might be able to get that initial following. And when you get that following, you could do so many things with it, which is what I'm trying to basically get to. A lot of people want to go for gold. That's one way to do it. My way, which is a little bit more statistically sound or strategically sound, is just you do want to be able to go for the ability to create an audience of people that are supporting you. Now, I could see that there's still a lot of drop frames. Hello, hello. Yes, the audio died as well. I mean, guys, clearly there's some stuff going on here. Clearly. Thank you, guys. All right, we're going to go get McDonald's. I'll be right back. It is at my door. I'll be right back. times when a man can wait, and there are times when he can't. And this is one of those times. We got our McDonald's. The order has arrived. I want to know in chat, are any of you guys, hey Emilio, are any of you guys actually watching or eating McDonald's? Oh, shout it out if you are eating any of this, because oh my God, how can you be watching a McDonald's stream and not? Who also wants McDonald's? Let me know, guys. Because you know what's back now? The spicy chicken McNuggets. And I got them right here. Okay. This is why. This is what I was going to do. My bad. Okay. So, let's quickly go into one of these spicy chicken McNuggets, and then we'll get back into it. Oh. What? What? Oh, man. There's some... Oh, that's not fair. That's not fair how crispy and tasty that is. That is not fair. Oh, my goodness. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for everyone who's not eating this right now. Oh, it's got a little kick, too. These are chicken nuggets that are basically made for me. These are basically made for me. What's my go-to McDonald's meal? It's a double cheeseburger, large fries, and then something else. Just a little something else. Emilio, stop. Listen. Okay. I'm sorry, guys. I had to do it. So, let's get back to the work. Talk about, I know, Groog, I'm sorry, man. Let's get back to the work. Let's talk a little bit more about growing initially. So we've got some great things. Talking about finding your niche. You know, let's use an example. Like, no one has talked about their own channels or asked questions. Some of you might have, but I haven't gotten them. You know, what do I do? How do I get into COD? So let's go into COD. You know, let's say Call of Duty. Let me do an example here. How I might try to get into Call of Duty space. Okay? Like, okay, Call of Duty. Right? Or let's say Fortnite. Okay, Fortnite. What is this? Song, fashion show, dance. Okay, Fortnite montage. I'm not sure I'm interested in that. What if I'm interested in Fortnite weapons? Not weapons. Let's say like, I really like Fortnite. I really like building. Okay. So building techniques, tips. Let's go building tips. Okay. So clearly there's a lot of really popular building tips videos. Now, the people who are populating these are clearly having a lot of views. Pro Guides, Fortnite Tips, Tricks. This person has 963,000 subscribers. That's a lot. This person, 125K. That's not that much, but it is a lot. It's Jarian. What's he got? Okay, 1.19 million. Javon TV, 91,000. How many videos has this man made? Okay. Interesting. So, look at this. So he found something out. So here's what I would say. I like how Javon did this. So what Javon has done is he's basically said, I like building and I like teaching, and I want to do that for Fortnite. Now, how do I do that in a way that helps people to find my channel? Because he was making a lot of random videos, right? Like the most perfectly synced rock star, like the vibiest Fortnite highlights, running through the 7th, the Fortnite montage. He clearly tried a lot of things. But then there was a turning point, and he made a video that was called, and this happens in a lot of content creators, and the biggest thing I see with content creators who don't really start succeeding is they don't recognize this moment. They're doing all this stuff and it's getting feedback, 300 views, 400 views. All right, it's not really big. He makes a video called How to Win Every Fortnite Fight, Part 1. Now, what does this mean? Like I said, this is a random channel I found, but guess what? I just told you guys, make a series, give advice that is evergreen and searchable, and provide value in the video. So this guy goes, how to win every fight in Fortnite. Are people always going to search how to win fights in Fortnite? Yes. Are people going to want to know how to win more fights? Yes. Will this be relevant the first day they play and maybe a year down the road? Yes, because there's always new players starting to play the game. There's always people who want to improve at different times. There's always beginners coming in thanks to new patches, new updates, things like that. So there was always a value in tips and teaching people. Now, high-level players don't need to know this anymore. So yes, you do lose a high-level audience, but this will always be relevant for certain players. And he made a series, Part 1. So stay tuned. There's more. Okay? So anyone who actually gets this is going to want it. By the way, Naoto-kun, thank you so much. Welcome as a Rainstorm Initiate. Welcome, my friend, to the storm. Thank you so much. What's up, Stu? So then he does this again, okay? And I just want you to show. He does this again. He does this again, does this again, does this again. He does how to, but the problem is he's not talking about value for people who are playing Fortnite. This is for playing Fortnite. This is for doing like montages. People aren't into that. Clearly his audience likes that. They like learning how to improve. So now what does he do? Does another how to, doesn't work. Never change, highlights, no more. How to grow on Instagram as a gamer. I mean, are you guys noticing the pattern? This is a random channel that I found out of nowhere, okay? 4.7 thousand views. Okay, now, why is this valuable? He's got Fall Guys in the background. It's probably a popular game at the time. 4 months ago, Fall Guys was very popular. 2, gamers want to grow in general, but they also, his audience is gamers. So this is something his subscriber base is going to be interested in. And I'm going to tell you a big secret on how to get to new people, and it's not what you would think in gaming. Then he goes, how to make a bass drop, 1.2 thousand views. How to improve in arena, 11,000 views. He's unlocked the source code. He's unlocked it, guys. So here's what you need to know. When you're working to create content and you find a theme that works and you find an audience engaging with you, run with that. The power is so great, and you have found what you need to do to grow. You've got your initial audience. You've got content that they like. You've got searchable content. You've got content that's valuable over the course of this year, next year, 5 years from now. And you're able to now start building off of that. And now, how to improve your arena. Top 10 best montage moments. He tries again. He goes, you know what? Let's do montages again. No, doesn't work. Nuh-uh. YouTube knows better than him right now. These are the videos that will work. So then he does another one. How to improve your settings. This is for all his Fortnite players. He does a great thing by using Javon settings. He takes a big content creator who's a Fortnite streamer and he puts them in the title. He allows that to reach people who now maybe don't care about him but care about Javon, and he's giving him information. Now they can start caring about him through that association. It does work. All right. Now, look at this, guys. Fortnite montage again, 1.6. He keeps trying, but he clearly knows that the how-tos are what is working. And somewhere he gets the message. And I think it's probably around here that he gets it. Like right around this month, he understands it. Because then he goes, how to improve an arena part 2, 6.6. How to improve an arena, 12,000. How to fight an arena, 23,000. Another Fortnite montage. He tries it one more time, 1.8 thousand. Nope. Goes back to how to improve. Boom, 25K. Growing. How to fight, 30K. Right? How to get used to settings. How to stay motivated. How to, everything how to gets views. So there you go, guys. There you go. This is a great awareness of somebody growing a channel, seeing things that work, and seeing ways that his audience relates to him and how that can help him to reach new people. Chicken nugget break. So let's get into this. I want you to leave your conceptions at the door. Your preconceptions at the door, I want you to leave it there. Some of you, I see Dynamite Pro saying, how-to videos don't build a fan base like that, though. According to, what do you mean? That's just not true. There's a lot of channels that are only how-tos, and they're around tech, they're around do-it-yourself, they're around vlogging, they're around gaming. There's strictly educational channels that have huge fan bases. That's not true. But if that's what you believe, then you're probably not doing a lot of how-to videos. What I think you want to say is, how do you take a fan base and make them a community? And that is a great question, which is why, going back to my channel, I had a very similar thing as far as experimenting with my own content, because I was very creative. And one of the things that I wanted to do is I actually really wanted to keep creating content that, to me, was representative of my creativity. So even though these guides are working, I always tried new things. And the way I looked at it was this. I'm making content to reach new people. Then I'm making content to showcase my potential as a creator, so that people who come and go, dang, yo, wow, this is a good creator. So I'm making videos that increase my outreach and bring new people to the channel. People that surprise people and go, wow, this is his potential, but those are every once in a while. And then I'm making videos that are for my audience, really just for that core. And those videos may not do as well, but they're important to community building. Very much like this live stream. This live stream is not a live stream. Well, maybe if my settings were better and I wasn't dropping so many frames, we would be at 2, 3, 4, 500 viewers. I don't know. I imagine it's possible. But the point is that this is not something like, oh, Apex Legends new Season 8 character. This is something like, hey, this is a community building opportunity for engaged members of the community. And so building a community is about doing all of these things. You have to constantly look about growing. You have to look about creating, reaching to do things that push your limits, but then also holding down and honoring the people who are already a part of your channel. So, Stu, what I realized is this, and I realized it in the beginning of Apex Legends, and I realized it when I look at these videos, ranking and explaining every weapon in Apex Legends, there's really not a lot of creativity to that. This video has 1.2 million views. I did a TikTok about this video, and this video, story around this video, my first ever million view video, you know what it is? Basically, this video went viral because I decided that this is like a very common thing that a lot of people do. This is a title of a video that could go viral. Apex Legends was a huge game at that point. And I'm like, why am I trying to be so unique? My channel's great. People will love hanging out with me. And I think you guys agree. If you're here, you're like, yo, Raynday, I like Raynday. I think he's a good guy for people to get to know. He's a great content creator to grow. That's what I feel about myself. I feel like, yo, I'm providing good things. I really do think I'm in the best interest of people subscribing and watching my content. So I would love to go viral because there's a lot of people who do much less and go viral much more often. So let's do something to go viral and bring a lot of people to the channel. I had to let go of this idea that I have to be creative in order to earn my keep. This is not a creative video. I just told everybody the stats of the weapons within 25 minutes. But you know what it did? It got the highest average view duration of a video I've almost ever had. People watch like 12 or so minutes of this 19-minute video on average, which means there's people watching more, there's people watching just a little less, but that's a huge average viewer duration. And it basically got promoted, and YouTube said, let's send this to the moon. What ended up happening was I gained a lot of subscribers that then could find all my content that I was constantly making that was really for them and for, a value that I like this creator. But if you're going into the creation of content with this idea that unless I'm doing this really unique creative thing no one else has done, I'm not worthy, let that go. Because that's one of the big things that stops creators from getting where they want. Okay, then I made a video, for instance, because that was trending, I then made a video called 5 Reasons Why You're Dying in Apex Legends. Now, this is a video I've actually done in Smite, and this is why one of the things about when you make a lot of content, it's not necessarily about it's not necessarily about doing and reinventing the wheel. I made this 4 years ago in Smite, and it got 128,000 views. The reason I made this video in Apex is because I knew that this would be a unique way to present tips. This would be a slightly controversial but an engaging way to present tips that would get a lot of engagement, viewer duration, and I think people would enjoy. And so I decided to do that, and look at that. It went 1.1 million views. And basically, it's the same value of a video, except that Smite's community is probably 10 times as small as Apex's, maybe even less, right? So this is a key to being a content creator. You don't have to keep doing all these crazy things. It's sometimes easier than you think, and we make it harder on ourselves. Content is, in my way of describing this, represents a lot of what we do in life. We make things harder on ourselves. We judge ourselves. We prejudge the situation. We have a lot of beliefs that we haven't tested. We just think they're real. I mean, half the people who have beliefs here, it's important to understand, are these beliefs working for you? If they're not, then why are you holding on to them so much? Because unless your belief is getting you what you want, maybe that belief isn't serving you. What's up, Gatsby? I'm sorry. We got to have a little Mickey D's break right here. What's up, Slayer? So, consistency is great, but you could consistently be making crappy I'm sorry to say this. You could consistently be making bad videos all the time. There's the thing that has to go attached with consistency. Because being consistent could mean there's two sides to the coin. Consistently stubborn, doing something that doesn't work. But you could also be consistent in your effort and constantly adjusting until it works. Make sure you're on the right side of consistency. Because if you're consistently doing stuff that doesn't work and you're not changing, then you're not listening to feedback. Because the world is telling you feedback. Remember, we looked at that guy's channel. It's telling him feedback. These how-to videos are what your audience wants to see. That is the feedback. But you keep making montages and they keep not performing. So do you want to keep making montages, or do you want to skip this whole, like, I can't figure it out step and just get to the fact where you can now have 100,000 subscribers, and now you can make kind of more videos that you want because you have more of an audience to support any video that you make? I've heard a lot of hashtag questions. I am honestly not going to talk about it right now because it's not that, to me, it's not that important. If somebody wants to super chat or highlight it, I may look at it, honestly, but I really don't want to get caught up in the weeds of like hashtags and stuff like that. That's not the key. You can learn that. You can look that up in Google in like 5 minutes. I don't want to spend my time, unless it really matters to somebody in here, talking too much about that, because I feel like I could share other valuable things that, you know, maybe you couldn't find just easily Googling. You know what I mean? So what did I do after this? Ranking, explaining every weapon in Apex Legends. I actually then did that with the abilities, the ultimates, and the passives. And I thought this was interesting because it was an even longer video, and it actually, because it was longer, had a longer average view duration, and it actually ended up being 400,000 views greater than this. And all these were trending at the same time. I did 5 types of Apex Legends players. This is a common type of video I've seen other people do. I literally haven't, I don't think I've done this before. Oh, maybe I did this for Paladins. Let me see. Did I? I mean, I kind of did it. Things Paladins players doing ranked. I mean, I kind of, not really though. I really didn't. So, 5 ways to win more. Ranking and explaining every map location. Got another close to 600,000. 5 ridiculous things Apex Legends players do. Notice something here? Do you guys notice something? So, elements of things. Videos from years ago that work well, that get engagement, stick in your mind. You know it. And when you ever get the opportunity, you go down to creating your actual ideal scene or new content for games that haven't experienced it, you don't have to, again, reinvent the wheel. You can use content that's worked before and use it on a different game, and that completely transforms it. There's a great book called Steal Like an Artist. If you guys need to read it to get clear on this mindset, it's something very important in YouTube. You can't be so self-righteous to think that you're the only person who's ever created these things. There's so many YouTube videos made every minute that really the goal is to not worry about what other people are doing, but how can you add yourself, the game you like, and a format that works together. Okay? So, hey, top fives work. That's a good format. You love Apex. How do you add your personality to a top five or to Apex in a top five? And that could be a top five Apex Legends players. 5 things Apex Legends players do. And, you know, these are my jokes. These are my thoughts. But, listen, and you look at content, too, that's all about stuff that just happens in the game. Like, I think when you look at that Denver guy on Fortnite, he reminds me of somebody where these things are kind of channels where they're covering, basically, news. And, you know, the reason I have not done this in my past, I have covered news. One of my biggest breakaways to get more audience, thank you so much, Jens. One of the biggest takeaways, you can share whatever you guys want in the chat. Feel free to it's an open communication. One of the big things I started to do in Smite was Smite, Odyssey, Raynday. OB, maybe that'll be it. Okay, I got to go back to my older videos. One thing I did was news videos are trending topic videos, and those are a great way to, when you're doing all these other things we just talked about, making evergreen content, finding your niche, creating solid content, doing things that are going to keep bringing people into your community. Now it's time to say, how do I now expand my community faster?
Hi Raynday. If I have it in me to keep going and producing content.
Why don't you think you have it in you? Thank you, by the way. I'll be paying attention to you in chat. I want to know why don't you think you have it in you? Rixie, it's really not about people not wanting to be here. We had a lot of people here, and there's more coming, but there's a lot of frames being dropped in the stream, which means it's kicking people. I would love to work with people to figure out exactly why it's happening. I probably will. But just know I have business internet being installed next week, and I'm thinking that's going to be the immediate fix. I also have a new computer coming in, which is going to be able to run streams like this that much more efficiently. So, again, I think that will help as well. I'm going to wait for that answer. By the way, Michelangelo, thank you very much for the 5 in the super chat. I do really appreciate that and supporting the community, and I'm waiting for your follow-up. You got it, Jay. I'm happy to give the helpful tips, man. I know right now I'm going to take the window capture down for a second so we can see the chat because you guys are saying some nice things while I'm eating some chicken nuggets. So, my bit rate is, I think, 65 right now. I'm in my upper 40s. Do you think I'm wasting my time to start streaming and creating content? I'm also trying to figure out what to cover. Okay. I do not, Jay. She doesn't play FPS games. It's really not in her wheelhouse. I'm going to let the super chat play, by the way. Groove, thanks for the support today, by the way. Well, I guess I read it. Anyways, thank you so much, Groog. I appreciate that. Do I think you're wasting your time? Absolutely not. I don't think you're wasting your time whatsoever. I mean, listen, it's taken me 5 years to do what I've done. Going from no content creation awareness to content career. ask yourself, man, you're in your upper 40s, but that means you still got plenty of life left. If you like gaming, if you like creating, if you game anyway, in 5 years, if you could have what you wanted, if you could be living a life that you feel like that's what I want, would you do it? To me, I think there's never too late of a time. I don't really know what the edge is, but like, I'm 30. Why would I stop myself in 10 years? I'm not. I wouldn't stop myself unless I just didn't want to do it anymore. My dad's 50. He's turning 60 this year. He's starting his YouTube channel just now. Because here's the thing. It took me 5 years, but it could take you 1 year. It could take you 30. Listen, if you do things right, man, if you're committed and you know what you're doing, it could take you 6 months. That's the thing. It doesn't have to take 5 years. And, you know, you could do it easily with whatever you're doing in your full-time job or whatever. I did all my YouTube with a full-time job. Everything I'm showing you guys is with a full-time or part-time job. This is not me just quitting everything and doing YouTube. You think all this paid for my life? No. I don't think I started making enough money to even come close to paying until, like, here. Right around here. And that is a whole year. So that was very, very different. Now, I want to take a second and talk about, we talked about the basis, creating your content, understanding people, and understanding, you know, essentially, I just post my first every walkthrough of Marvel's Avengers. Oh, nice. I like that. Okay, I'm gonna reset the internet real quick, guys. I am going to reset the internet. I just want to make music, stream, and make YouTube content. Working as a paramedic, and I'll try to gain it for your college at 27 is tough. Just got to persevere. Yeah, man, it is tough. Honestly, at 27, I was doing so many different things too. But, okay, might give a response. Let me see. All right, Mike. So can I see your channel? Can you link me your channel? What if you blow up on YouTube with content you're not satisfied with? That's a great question. I'm not sure that makes sense as a reality, but I want to go as far as we can with this conversation because I do think it's an interesting one. So let's say you blow up on a piece of content that you just don't like. Now, what you're saying is that there's a lot of people in the world who like it. They like it a lot. And you don't like it. So you think there's an issue with it. An example, I don't know what the example would be, but I can only think of it like you saying something toxic or maybe saying something you don't like. And then everyone's like, oh, wow, this is hilarious how much this kid's raging or whatever. I could see that. Michelangelo Gaming. Okay. Do you have 30,000 subscribers? Or is this someone else? She has 60K subs. She doesn't like her channel, but she does it. So what's interesting is that, like, you know, there's a part of the world that you could be open to. It's like there are people who actually blow up. They think what they think is great. Then they get exposed to the world. This happens all the time. You ever seen people who just like think of themselves differently than people around them think of them? Sometimes there are people who have, I mean, if you watch The Bachelor, the girl Victoria, she thinks she's a really nice person and everyone is just looking at her being the most toxic person ever. Okay. I'm not saying that's you, but there's sometimes people that are actually thinking that what they're doing is bad, but it's good. And there's that opportunity to recognize, wait, is my opinion of myself and my content different from the reality? A lot of people, you know, a lot of men and women like this, right? Have you ever been in a relationship where your significant other says that they don't look good? And you do think they look good because you're in a relationship with them and you like the way they look? Same example. Sometimes people walk through with these beliefs that I'm not enough, I'm not good, I don't like what's happening. When if they just change that belief, the world would be fitting around it. Well, he didn't like, but he must make how-to vids. So, okay, what's your goal, man? Here's the thing. Here's what you have to realize. This conversation is coming up in chat, which I think is great. People are basically saying that guy didn't like to make how-to vids, but he clearly wanted to make montages. Go ahead, man. Make montages for 1,000 people or less and spend a lot of hours basically having no one watch your videos. You have to decide what is better. And I believe that there is an alternative that's better if you truly believe you want to contribute to the world in content. And here's what I think is the better alternative. I'd rather have 1 million people watch a pretty good video of mine than 100 people watch the best video I ever made. I'm going to say that again. I'd rather have 1 million people watch a pretty good video of mine than have 100 people watch the best video I ever made. Because for me, it's about having an impact. It's about growing and having an impact in the world. It's about creating what I want in my life and what this work is for. This work is not to stay obscure and have this as a side project. It's to be a career. It's to grow. It's to have influence, to use myself and positivity to make a bigger impact in the world. So when you're saying, what is my choice? I've had both choices. I've had great videos that no one sees, and I've had average or even below average videos that don't take me much time blow up. And I'll tell you this, the amount of impact I've been able to have in the world because of the videos that blew up are a bajillion times more. It's an unheard of number more than the great videos no one saw. Because unfortunately, what I think is great is a little different than you. And what's actually great to me that I've started to discover in my life, and it's come with maturity, and it doesn't mean that it's maturity based on age, it's just experience maturity, having made a lot of content, is that I have to get off my high horse of assuming that my greatest piece is what everyone assumes is my greatest piece. I might be a little oddball sometimes in my humor. But what's great truly, and what I think about cinema and what I think about music and what I think about writing, what's truly great is the stuff that transcends ages, that transcends demographics, that transcends people even who have to know about gaming. When you can make a book or a movie or a video and you could show it to your daughter, you show it to your little cousin, you could show it to your best friend, you could show it to your girlfriend, you could show it to your mom, your grandma, and somebody who's never seen you before or doesn't care, and they still like it, then you have made great content. I don't care if you think that it's not the most exciting content for you. You have made great content, because part of really the key of making the best content that reaches the most people is being accessible. You know, if you have a great message and no one's listening, I think you're doing a disservice to your message. I think you need to craft your message in a way so that people can get it. And it's the same thing with listening and what couple therapy will talk about and things like that. They'll say, you know, listen, I hear that you're frustrated, but the way you're using your words, that person's not understanding why. So are you going to sit there and keep using those words that don't get through, or are you going to change your words so that now you can solve the conflict and go back into harmony and loving? Okay? I know a lot of musicians and artists, and this is what my dad taught me at an early age. A lot of musicians and artists are committed to being musicians and artists and doing obscure musician artist stuff. There are people who are committed to making obscure sounds and obscure films. I love that they are so passionate. But eventually, you run into a wall a lot of times where you don't have enough money because people aren't buying or watching those films, and it's a very small audience. And you eventually need to, take care of your family, you need to do things, so you then end up losing time. What if we looked at it in the reverse? What if you became Brad Pitt? What if you became Tom Cruise? What if you became Drake? What if you became Ariana Grande? You made pop songs for a living. But then you made $20 million by the time you were 35 or 50. And then you could then make any obscure movie or any random off-sound, off-kilt rock and roll EP that you want. And it doesn't matter. And then, even then, people would probably like it. See, you're going about it the wrong way, guys. If you think that being this high and mighty, I'm not going to do anything I don't want to do because this is my passion. if you realize that you can do your passion in life forever, once people care what you have to say, then all you got to do is take steps to be accessible, to grow, and to make an impact in the world of content. And when you do that, the sky's the limit for your creativity. You know, just think about it backwards. So Michelangelo, I'm looking at your channel here, and since you told us, I'm going to bring this up here. Doing a lot of UFC stuff I could see, and this seems like maybe UFC gaming. One thing I see here is your Conor McGregor video did well because of the name Conor McGregor. So maybe you should look at, okay, well, maybe I could do more videos about Conor McGregor or things that are going to be searchable, right? Especially since that was around the fight. It was about a week ago. It was right when the fight happened. So that was a really good video. See, these videos aren't really getting to anyone. You have 2,000 subscribers, but they're not getting pushed. Why is that? Why do you think? Part of the reason that I'm looking at is that it's not really your thumbnails. These are obviously, I think these are better. I like the direction of your thumbnails now. But what I think about this channel is that right now, this guy, I think I know who that guy is too. Matt the Immortal, can I win with elbows only? I like the title on that. Conor McGregor, again, another 1,000 views with Conor McGregor. Khabib. Okay, so let me look at this. Let me look at this now. Michelangelo Gaming. It's not clear. So here's one thing. This is as a logo from what I'm looking at. A little unclear with you making UFC stuff. This looks like you might cover Dragon Ball Z or Avatar. It doesn't look like you're covering UFC. Also, Michelangelo Gaming might be your name, but I am having a hard time understanding the element of that. Your videos are also relatively short, so your watch time can't be very long. So you're really looking at either creating short and high hit videos with 1:27, or you're looking at creating videos that can compete on a higher watch time. It seems like your shorter videos are working. Your longer videos are not. So your audience right now may want some of the shorter content from you. But here we go. We see another different thing. We see 22 minutes and 1,000 views a month ago. You may want to look at what you did in this video and see if you can almost recreate that. Again, some of these short content pieces actually work pretty well for you. And then things with trending names or with important characters, that ends up working well for you. I want to look at two things. I want to look at your most popular videos. I like this. Why not? This 3 weeks ago. Why don't you do another one? The most loved. Okay. The top 5 most hated moves in UFC. Top 5 worst moves in AFC. The most hated moves. The most loved moves. The 5 best characters you should be using right now. Why Conor McGregor is better than you think. Is worse than you think. What I'm noticing is that you've got I'm just titling these videos randomly. That's okay. But what I think may work for you to start building some more momentum again is give people a clear, consistent picture as to what they're signing up for your channel. Are they signing up for news? Are they signing up for 2-minute, 37-second knockouts? Are they signing up for 20-minute videos? Are they signing up for 10-minute videos? Are they signing up for top 5s, information? Are you giving them guides? Are they just watching you play the game? You know, it's going to be harder to convince people to subscribe for your value if they're just watching you play the game and you're not the best of the absolute best. So let's go into UFC. I want to know somebody else, UFC 4. I want to know some other people covering UFC 4. Okay, so Hollow, but he does a lot of things. This guy looks like he could be. Okay. So this guy, and I can see why. I can see why maybe this is what you're looking at. But let me talk to you about this guy and why some of these titles might work and what he's doing. Okay, look, listen. This guy I look at and I already say, just from an outside point of view, this man is a fighter. His name is Martial Mind. So if he's martial mind, and he's got 250K subs. So he's got a much bigger base than you. And that means he can kind of title his stuff like anything sometimes. And then eventually you will, if it has really good stats, it could blow up. He has enough of an initial audience to do that. You may not yet. He's covering things like the new patch, which you need to be on as a new channel to grow. I was going to bring this up, but if a new patch comes out in UFC and you want to grow your YouTube channel, you got to be on it, Michelangelo. You got to be on it. You got to be the first one there, man. You got to be the first. You want to grow, you want to compete against this guy, you got to beat him to the search algorithm. So that the second that people look up new patch UFC, look, new patch UFC 4, it's not this guy. You got to be up in here. And what's great about it is that now you know you can make that opportunity. And let me go back to some of these things that he does well. He does series, which is great. It's very consistent. His thumbnails, yes, are clean. I like his thumbnails. I think they're probably a better example of how to do thumbnails in this arena. They look a little bit better and more enticing to pick. But, you know, thumbnails are up to you. But I think this is absolutely a great record. Look at what people are doing and try to compete in different ways. I'm going to go back to my channel and I'll talk to you about one thing that started to accelerate my growth. And this element of these videos actually started to become a huge part of my channel. And so I realized that this is not what I wanted to make my focus. Some channels are all about news. It is niche, but niche is fine. That guy has 250,000 subscribers. He can start transitioning into new games. New UFC comes out. He starts covering another game that's kind of like tangential, adjacent to UFC. He's fine. He's got what he needs right now. And that's the point. You can grow clearly to at least 250,000 subscribers just covering UFC. And once you're there, then you can make the switch. You got enough people who know about you that you start covering some other stuff that can work. So here's where I'm at. I spent most of my time making these guides, and then I had an aha moment. Obviously, Jablonki went well. I had a video called Nox Combo Tips. This was not a good video when it came out, trust me. I started changing my series to God Guide. I stopped saying Smite Arena gameplay. I started turning it into God Guide. And what I found about God Guide that helped was it gave people another searchable topic. It was like, hey, I want a guide for Vulcan, but I also want gameplay, and I also want a build. These are three searchable things in the community of Smite and in like MOBAs. So I started to do that. And you could notice my video views went from like 6,000 each to about 12 to 20,000, right? 12,000, this 7,000, this is 5, but that was after some experimentation. We're back to 18,000, 61,000. Some of these guides really blew up because I did them on very popular characters. This is like a Poseidon. I mean, that's a very popular character. Same exact thing. But again, people were continuing to subscribe because they're like, I know what this guy's doing. He's very clear to me what I'm getting signed up for. I also tried a new series called Grab Bag that clearly didn't work. And one thing I'm proud of myself is I let it go. New series Grab Bag, 7,900 views. Nope. Okay, you don't like that? Cool. Grab Bag, 430 views. Huh. Different video, 6,000. Huh, 493 views. Oh, 251 views. At that point, I was like, what am I doing this for? This clearly isn't working. So I stopped. This is feedback. Just listen to the feedback. It's good. You become a YouTuber because of me. Thanks for all the positive vibes and love, man. I appreciate that, man. That's great. So now let's get into where I made an interesting choice. So when I got to this place, I then decided I wanted to play a new game. Curse of Mermos. Now, this wasn't a good game. I mean, but I just wanted to play it. And it got 163 views. Now, in between these videos, I'm getting 20,000, 26,000, 10,000, 163. Yeah. This is one of the biggest things to know. When you're looking to get a new audience, what you're really saying is to YouTube, I'm going to make a video my audience loves so much that YouTube is now going to send it to viewers who are kind of similar, much more. You don't really get that new audience unless it's from a search algorithm and something's really trending. Like Fall Guys, you make everything in Fall Guys right when season drops and everyone new is searching that up. That's how you can get a new audience from nothing. But if your video is going to your subscribers and they don't click on it, they don't watch it, YouTube's going to bury that video. And so your key as a content creator, once you have an audience or a niche, to build out of it, you have to create content that overlaps with your current audience, but is accessible enough for other people. That's why I did a couple series in the future that was an Apex Legends player plays Smite. An Apex Legends player reacts to this. A Smite player reacts to League of Legends. An Apex Legends player, blah, blah. Why? Because my audience was Apex Legends. So I got them engaged to see what's a perspective of someone like me who played this game. Because I'm an Apex Legends player. So like, what would it be like if I played Smite or if I played? And then I was able to move forward that way. Yes. So basically what happens is YouTube algorithm goes, your audience likes the video. They're watching longer. They're clicking on it more. We will now recommend it to more people. It does not go, hey, great new video that now we know this new audience loves, and there you go. Cool. Screw your current subscribers. No. They go, what do your subscribers watch that you put out? Oh, they watch this video a lot? All right, cool. We're going to recommend this even more. Think of the idea of kind of the rich get richer. When a video is really good for your subs, it just gets really good for other people too. And you bring in more and you gain subscribers. That's really what happens. And if you ever want to reach a big audience, think about this. What video would I have to make that my Apex Legends audience would like and somebody random just in the gaming world who plays COD or blah, blah, blah also want to watch? Now, if you make a video that Apex loves, that those people also want to watch, you could go viral. You could get those hundreds of thousands of millions of views. So here's what I started to do, guys. Here's where it changed for me. As you can see, I kept trying to do different games. I didn't know this as well. I did Rocket League a couple times. Where was it? Where did it change? There's a video I'm looking for. Aha! Right here. Boom. Right here and right... Wait. Right here and... And where is this? Yes, and here. Okay, guys. So here's two things that I did. I was obsessed with trying to grow. And so, guys, anybody who wants video channel looks up. Super chats are still open for you guys to do that. We still have about... how long have I been live? I actually just don't remember. We still have about maybe 40 minutes or so, maybe less. It might be over. I actually don't know when I went live. When did I go live? So, this god did not come out yet. This god right here, Chiron, did not come out. But they announced this god, and it was midnight. It had to be like 7 p.m. I got back home, and I said, I'm going to make a video about this god and say, new god, all abilities, gameplay, strategy, and build discussion, right? Now, this is not me playing, but this is gameplay from like a dev stream they did. And I decided I'm going to go ahead and like make a video about this. This is the first time I did this. Now, listen, at that time...
Welcome back to Raynday Gaming. My name's Raynday, and welcome to Get Ready. This is a series I wanted to put together based on the new god Chiron coming out. Now, I'll be showing you all of Chiron's abilities and talking about them before he actually comes out. And I think this is a really good opportunity. You see, most times when I play a new god, I kind of have to sit there for the first 2 games and be like, what the hell am I doing? So with Get Ready, this series is supposed to provide you with detailed insight on my opinions for Chiron before you actually play him. That means we'll discuss builds, we'll discuss...
So great. So you guys get the idea. It's a good idea. It really is. And it was a way to kind of cheat the system, right? Where ultimately I essentially just said, let me go ahead and make a video about a god that's not available yet. And I know everyone wants to do it. They're waiting for the god to be available. Let me beat them to the punch. And I did that, and it worked really, really well. The next thing I did was... Oh, I love this. Can you tell me what I can do with my channel? I do Apex content. All right, thank you so much for the $4.99 super chat, Viper TTV. I will take a look at your channel in a second. And Stu Cheek says, top 5 reasons Mickey D's fries are better than Wendy's. Well, that's just I mean,
5 reasons McD's fries are better than Wendy's.
they're crispier. They're saltier. They're juicier. They're more satisfying. And they pair better with chicken nuggets. Chicken nuggets?
Could you give me a brief analysis over my channel to push me in the right direction for Apex?
All right. Z-Swords, thanks again for the vibe, man. Let's do it. Let me finish this real quick. Someone know how long we've been streaming? I seriously don't know. I would love to know. So this is another video that I did, and this is a huge turning point in my career. Oh, look, me and Lulu sitting there in our first global tournament series 11 months ago, almost 1 million views. Wow. So, this is a first. This is a first.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Raynday Gaming. My name is Raynday.
I missed this song.
And today we're taking a look at all of the amazing skins coming out in this new patch. I want to show you guys every single skin because this is by far the best skin patch I have ever seen in my life. As you see here, Kepri getting his golden, legendary, and diamond skin. So if you play like...
So essentially what I did was right after they announced this on a dev stream, Smite is different than other studios where, you know how that dev stream happens and they throw the patch notes out. It's like Smite actually does a 2-hour show, and Hi-Res did this, and I hosted these for like 3 years. And they're great. I think they're good fun. The community turns up big time. And they basically just give you all the information in about 2 hours. Then they release the patch notes fully, and then basically go at it. And like the God comes out to train and try in the next half hour. What I would do is while they were doing that, I would record the video on Twitch. I would put OBS and display capture, and then I would basically have all the footage in Adobe right away. I'd then cut it up into the main points, and I would then lay over a voiceover with music underneath it of all those points, and I would upload that video immediately. I'd be working with the images they released on the thumbnail, and basically I would be the first video out. And what that meant was the search algorithm knew my video was talking about all this stuff everyone cared about. And then it would basically bring me an incredible amount of new viewers. So covering new news first, as a content creator, is one of the essential points to start growing your audience bigger and getting a much more general population checking you out who are interested in the game, but just generally interested in news. And so some channels go crazy and all they do is news. I did not want to do that. I think that's too exhausting. I think that's too much about other people. Like, what if there's no news? Then my channel's like not going to do well. So what I decided to do was make it a part of my channel, but I did not want to make that the only thing. But as you can see now, look, new Thor skin, is it worth it? These are all things that start to be a part of my strategy, and they get a lot of views. They get a ton of views. I then started doing top fives. Boom, 737,000 views. This is one of my favorite videos. This is one of the most, essential videos for Smite. Top 5 ways to become a better Smite player. 470,000 views. This is one of my favorite videos. And this series is probably one of the best series of content I've ever made. And this is truly when good content overlaps with a good format. And I was really proud of this. When you let somebody to your channel take a hit because at some point you shift to a new game, how did that affect the channel? Have you tried Season 8? Hey, Taz, thanks for the $4.99. I got a couple of super chats to get through, so let's get through them. And I want to start with answering some of those questions. So for you, answering that question before we jump into some of these other channels, yes, I did take a hit. When I switched from Smite, I was switching into Paladins. And my first videos in Paladins actually came around me starting to go into being hired by Hi-Res to play their game. I did this video and it got 11,000 views, but at this time, 94,000, 57,000, 29, 20, 75, 105. This is a very low view count for me in this time. I was getting a lot of views on all my videos. Then I did a video on Drogos. So what I was doing was I was intermingling this new content that I knew I was going to be covering when I worked at Hi-Res with the old content that people loved. And every now and then you'll see, look, I'm casting Paladins, like blah, 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 Hebo, top 5 ways, a little Overwatch here and there. We hit 30,000. Oh, some paladins. Oh, Battleborn versus paladins for Overwatch, Real Truth. Al Kwong, blah, blah, blah. Oh, some paladins. 100,000 views on Smite. So this is what I would suggest. If you're going to switch games, try to sprinkle it into the stuff that already works. YouTube suggests it too. Don't just go cold turkey. Try to give people the opportunity to adjust to the new gameplay and expect it. And then all of a sudden, you're going to start seeing more and more paladins. Look, 30,000 views on that paladins now. Suddenly, we're playing some more paladins, 16,000 views. Let's see, where's some more paladins coming in? We got Bomb King, 26,000 views. We got Androxus, 525,000 views, 91,000 views. The 5 best things about Paladin should you play. A great introductory type video to get my audience to understand the reasons why I'm playing this game and why I like it. 75,000 views on this Eevee video. 105,000 views on this Pip video. Okay, so you guys are starting to understand, right? This is something that 122,000 views on this Paladins video, 200,000 views on this Paladins video, Smite. So then I started gaining a lot more views from Paladins. And I started becoming, yes, Smite viewers did not watch this at all. They did not like Paladins. They still don't. But Paladins was a whole new audience. And so then I started growing again. And I started growing and I left some people behind in Smite who stopped watching. But I had a whole Paladins audience. And soon you'll see my channel become a lot more Paladins oriented. And this is pretty much starting to be like mostly Paladin stuff. A lot of this is Paladins. There's some Smite, but eventually it gets to the point where I literally start almost only covering Paladins. And this is it. You can see it right here. This is it. And at a certain point, it gets to be where I try to do some Smite again. But it gets to a point where I start doing Paladins and just really nothing is working. And I have to make a switch again. And you'll notice a switch, and I'll talk quickly about that switch once I answer a couple people and their channels. But basically, this is right around when I make the switch. And this is a big time in my career, and I think it's an important lesson to learn if you're making content. All right, let's go to these super chats and do this. By the way, I do plan on doing some things like this in the future. We could continue this video series maybe next week as well once I know my internet's great. Okay. Live. Let's see. Okay. So, Z Swords, and we've got Viper first. So, Viper TV. Let's go ahead and find you. On YouTube. Okay, I think I see it right here. All right. Here we go. This is you, right? All right, so Viper TV. Oh, so you're streaming a lot. Okay. 8-hour stream and leaving it up. Seems to not be, well, let's see. Seems to be more than like doing that. But this is clearly much better for you. 4,000 views. I mean, this is killing everything that you've done. But that's not the full picture. A lot of your streams, I see like you've gotten really popping off. For me, streams are an interesting way to go because 265, that's not a stream. Everything that you're doing that's not a stream seems to be performing better than your streams and taking maybe 1,000,000% less, which is something to consider, my man. You may want to try out some VODs, some videos. All of your videos are overperforming for streams. So I think the first thing I'd say is cut some streaming for a little while and focus that energy. Because it's between 4 to 10 hours a stream. I mean, that is insane amount of time, and you clearly have a lot of time. So I would say stop beating yourself over the head with the stream thing and start making some videos like this. This is a great title. Apex Legends Basic Movements for Beginners. I mean, I like some of these videos that are working for you. I want to go back to when you were making more videos and you were doing less streams. So this is, so right, we've got that worked. You've been streaming for a while. This is, man, I commendable. I mean, you've definitely grown. Let's put it that way. You have grown, so I can see why you're continuing to do it. But what I might try to figure out is that how can you create content that is not there right now, that a lot of Apex Legends YouTubers aren't making, and really go into that by allowing yourself to have more time. The thing is, scaling your content is going to take time to be creative and to think about it. And you may have to do some stuff that's like, instead of streaming for 8 hours, you may have to actually just like wake up at like 4 a.m. your time and be ready to be absolutely first for this event and get the video out super quick. And think of a way creatively you can get this video out before everyone else and get into the SEO algorithm. I would definitely say that 7 to 8 hour streams with only 120 views is not a good cost-benefit ratio for you, considering that you can get that here. And if it's about growing, you're close. You are growing. But what I do is, if you're going to change it up, maybe talk to your audience. And this is a good check. You can use, I don't know if you have community posts. I check in with your audience in the next video. Hey, guys, by the way, video checking out Fuse's abilities, or why you shouldn't be using Fuse, or blah, blah, blah. Have a take that's interesting, and then basically say, also, guys, I'm potentially switching content, or I'm doing some different things in terms of content. I'd love to know what you guys want to see more on the channel. What people tell you, that's going to be where you want to try to experiment, my man. You clearly got the gall for it. You clearly got the effort, but unfortunately, you can't bang your head against the wall. You've streamed for a year, but, I mean, I'm looking at your channel after 30 seconds and seeing that there's a more efficient way for you to do this. And at the end of the day, man, you might be already where you are in your life. Like, you might have kids, you might be in that position, but the way I look at it is that time is money, and time is the most valuable resource. So if I can make 100,000 views in an hour versus 10 hours, I'm going to try to do it in that hour. I would say that your streams might be adding double uploads to your channel, because you have a stream notification, then you have a notification if you go and leave that stream public, which means it's going to notify people as a video. Clearly, you're not getting any videos. You're not getting any streams, like many views as videos from your streams. Clearly, these are probably all views from your stream. So when you're finished with your stream, unlist it, I would say, and then let your uploads and your channel look like they're videos, so that you can really, which is fine. You have popular uploads here, fine. But I would say your uploads, jump that up so that people could see. Playlists don't need to be this high. You could drop that down. Jump your uploads here or above, and basically let those be your videos. You know, this makes it very hard for me to want to subscribe to you, because I don't like 8 hours. I'm not going to spend 8 hours. If I saw this and this, I could say, okay, I get this guy's bringing me news. He's breaking it down Apex Legends wise. But I think this is something that is really hard for people to subscribe. And if you're trying to grow, which is what you are, you want people to subscribe, you have to think that way. Why would they subscribe to me when they come here? This also, you might want to look at maybe redoing this, because I could say your logo and this could be a little cleaner. And Fiverr, you can do that on Fiverr for $5. Try a couple of things. I think there's a lot of potential here, man. Like, I expect to see you in the thousands, the many thousands soon. Just, I would say, try to take that effort and put it to a more effective pathway, which your audience is already telling you, we like your videos. Your streams don't get our attention as much. So that's what I would say. All right, so who else? We have some more people who already super chatted. Thank you for being a part of that, man. It's not easy, you know, having someone go ahead and talk to you about your channel in front of other people. Give it up for Viper, guys. Go subscribe to him. Show him some love if you want to. I commend people who kind of take that chance and they say, I'm willing to get exposed as to what's not working in order to get working. And clearly you've got that work ethic, man. So I wish you nothing but the best. Okay, let's see. We got Z Swords. Do we? Yeah, we do. We have Z Swords. Okay, cool. And Z Words. Sorry. All right. And then I got to check this too. How long have we been? Hold on. Do you guys know when did I start this stream? I literally don't know. Oh, let look at my tweet. My Twitter will know. My Twitter will know for sure. I don't know when that was. Okay, 117. So we're about done. We're close to done here, guys. Rounding this out, I want to do Z, and then I want to basically use the opportunity to tell you one big other thing about the Switch, and then we can end it there, and we'll have more to discuss in the future, which is great. Okay. What is your YouTube channel, my man? Z words. Oh. There it is. I found it. Okay, here we go. Z words. I see you. I see you, my friend. Okay. So Z, I like what we got here. Already I like. So I want to just. It's not a contrast, but it's just this is a very clean look to me. One thing to look at is that I have to do this soon because my goal obviously is 1 million subscribers and beyond. Your guys' goal may be first 10,000. But when you come to a channel, you have an opinion already visually as to whether that channel makes sense. You know, if somebody walks into a place and they're looking a certain way, we have an assumption. It doesn't mean we're right. It doesn't mean we should be prejudiced, but you just have to acknowledge those assumptions. And people do that with your channel. Does your channel look like somebody put it together overnight, or does your channel actually look like it's a channel that I would expect to have 1 million subscribers? I could see this channel having 100,000 subscribers. I can. I know it's only 111, but I could see this. Now, can I see this having 1 million subscribers? Not quite, but that's okay because this is his first branding. And basically, as you keep growing, you keep rebranding, and you keep creating an image that, you know, looks like, for instance, let's look at Jacksepticeye, right? Now, Jacksepticeye, because of this, because of who he is, doesn't have to play a role of with 26 million pushing to that. But I mean, I've looked at guys like Muzelk as they've grown, as they've rebranded and things like that, and they have this look where I go, I'm not surprised that this person has this many, right? I'm not surprised that this person has this many. Some of these people are memers, right? So 17 million, you kind of fall into that, but you fall out of that conversation. But you look at like guys like Cypher PK, who are really successful content creators, but very focused on doing things the right way. You have this clean look. You have this clean image. Mr. Fruit's a great example of a channel. It's a very clean, crisp image. You could believe that this is worth, you know, quite a few, you know, in terms of millions. I think Courage is a great example too. You look at his channel, and he's got this very clean and very like, hey, I am a big deal. Like I'm not overstated, but I'm not understated. And there's just a difference that you can immediately tell, and those visuals are important. So that's one thing to look at in the future, but right now I can see that this is definitely enough for where you're at. Rampart's actually good now. I love the title. Season 8 Apex Legends, that's beautiful. Trailer. What's the difference between these two? Everything you missed. Great. Your thumbnail. Really, your thumbnail is really what sells this a lot more. And your title here with hidden details. See, what you did was you found a way to make people want to. I can see that the stream is lagging again, guys. Apologies. But I could see what you did was you made people want to actually check this out in a competitive space where people are all watching this trailer. You gave people a reason. We're just dropping a lot of frames right now. I don't know why. Let's see. Right at the end, huh? We started lagging on us right at the end. How could they? I like your channel right now, man. I think you're doing the right thing. The only thing that I'm looking at is, and I like how you did that cyberpunk video. I think you've got some really solid foundations going on here. Your thumbnails are much better than mine were at the beginning. The only settings you need, oh my God. I mean, you're doing a good job, man. I would say you've got some things that worked for Spellbreak. I wonder why you didn't do a best drop locations video for Apex Legends. Why not do that for Apex? Why not try how to win fights? Why not try to do that for Season 8? That clearly worked for you before. The only Apex Legends controller settings you need. Like, why not try to make that video for Apex? Oh, there you did. But the only, like this, why not just copy and paste that? You know, it's like that. The Apex community may not have gotten that. Or maybe they have, but they didn't know it from you. See, the thing is, look at this video and why it was successful. You tend to make videos that I think are in this middle range of 4 to 6 minutes, and they're not long. This video actually kind of slightly underperformed for you. Or actually, no, it's probably overperforming for you. 94 in 8 hours. I mean, that's going to get you right around a couple hundred here. I'm seeing, and it's just seemingly it's just a gameplay. So, you know, these longer videos mean that you're going to have a longer average view duration, and the system is going to recognize that and kind of start to say that people are watching your content longer. This is a good thing to do, especially if you're trying to grow. For me, it seems like you're covering Apex pretty well, but I'd have to probably deep dive into watching your videos to know why not all of them are really popping off like this. I would say that maybe there's an ability for you to, instead of focusing on so much about general tips and trailers, I like that you keep these trailers. I like that you do these tips, but try to add something else with your content because you have 1,000 subscribers. So now you can start experimenting. What happens if you do a guide? What happens if you do how to create, how to win this 1v3, how to do this type of play with this legend? You know, things most players don't know about the new legend and how to dominate with it. Like little things that allow you to look at, you know, your current group of people, which, okay, your people clearly like watching you have opinions on new stuff. They like some of your tips videos, some of your aim videos, and it really just takes one. So right now I just start experimenting since you're not uploading that much. These end up working, but you're only uploading maybe 5 times a month, it seems like. I would look to increase your upload time, and I would look to start making plans for your content. Seems like maybe your content's a little all over the place in what you're trying to cover. I would say make some plans for your content. Get a series. What are you going to do? What are you going to make? What's going to take you? Spend some time, walk around and go, what is going to make me, what is going to make me want to, what's going to make people want to watch my content and get excited? It's going to make me start to grow and be unique. Like, I think there's a couple of creators in Apex Legends right now. Water is a creator that's grown very fast. And one of the things that Water's doing is he's just doing very quick 5 minutes, whatever news. And this news, you know, to me, this is not something I could cover because I don't like leaks. I don't like news. I can't talk about stuff that I don't know. And so I don't like spreading that. But he's got a very clear brand. Apex Legends news reporter. He's got a very clear delivery. There's nothing too unique about it. But he's very consistent and he uploads quite often. And this is enough to get somebody into momentum. You know, Water has, through this, got 126,000 subscribers. He could stop making Apex videos right now. Maybe he starts doing something else. Maybe he just does a full switch, but he's given himself the ability to do some things like that. And I think that's important, you know, when you're making content, because it's not always Apex. It's not always going to be the one game. You're going to switch games, and this is what I wanted to mean. It's like eventually, maybe it's 10 years down the road, eventually you will cover other games. And so what are you doing to create that? As you can see here, I had a run where, you know, my Paladins videos, we're not getting very many views. 6,000, 9,000, 9,000, 9,000, 8,000, 12. Look at how long. Look at how many videos I did. We could barely break 10,000 views for a long time. I actually did 30 videos in a month. And what I realized was, you know what? I need to do something else. So I did an artifact review, and this video right here on a different game got more views than that. So I said, okay, great. Now let me do an update video, blah, blah, blah. Oh, suddenly I'm getting views again. Great. Now I did a video, State of Paladins. Amazing. And I talked about that. Then I did some reaction videos because this is the Game Awards. So I got 8,000, 8,000. Look, that's the same as these other videos. Great. 34,000. Wait, that's one of my best performing videos. So now I'm getting this element of, I did State of Paladins. I want to do Future of Paladins. My Paladins videos start doing better. I want to do Past of Paladins. I start reacting to things. And this reaction, me reacting, seeing that this could get 34,000 views and I'm reacting, opened up a style of video that I hadn't made before. And it was reacting to games around the internet. And this was bringing in new audiences. What ended up happening was I then did a video, which I told you guys, how do I get my current audience to be interested in something that expands to a new audience? I said a Smite player reacts to Awaken, League of Legends. Now, this is a young me. And when I did this, I had no idea what was going to happen, but this video got 300,000 views. And it really opened my eyes as to what I need to be doing. Because it's like, wait, Paladins and Smite, these are small worlds. Like, the whole world is interested in so many different things. There are people doing reaction videos and talking about famous TikTokers and podcasts, and they're getting millions of views. Like, wait a second, I'm doing this hard stuff. This is too hard. I'm doing too much good content, and it's too hard. So I started reacting again. I did a Smite player reacts to KDA Pop Stars, 100,000 views. I made the top 5 best anime series that will get you hooked. By the way, this video didn't start popping off until like last year, and now it's got 150,000 views. I don't make any money from it because it's demonetized, but it was clearly a good idea. I reacted to this. I reacted to this. No, it didn't work. I did Smite player plays League of Legends. That did pretty well. Smite player teaches you how to play Smite. And then guess what, guys? Because I was reacting, I was watching for things to react to. I did Apex Legends, New Titanfall Battle Royale. And I reacted to this. I then did a tips video the next day. I did a Lifeline gameplay. And that Friday, when I left for work, before heading out to my full-time job at High Res Studios, I threw this video up. Took me 20 minutes to record. Did a quick thumbnail. And it got over 1 million views. And then my life started to change. So you're only a few adjustments away. If you want to make content, you are only a few adjustments away. And that is really what I want to say. Guys, if you're in this stream, just bookmark it or highlight it. It's got a lot of technical issues, and I'm probably going to make sure that it is unlisted for now. Maybe I will take some things out of this and turn it into a video that allows you guys to see something or some element of it, or maybe Genji, some element. But it is going to stay unlisted. I hope you guys enjoyed this look at making content. And guess what? We're only in this part. We've still got a lot to go, guys. We've still got a lot of content to get through, but also we've got a lot of decisions to improve, and we've got a lot of ups and downs. We've got more now. This is just where we are at in the journey. Aaron, you know what? We did that a few hours ago. This is just where we're at in the journey. What's next for us? That's the exciting thing. And like I said, this journey in content is always just about what's next and how do I develop as a person, and then take that to my stream. And then take that to my YouTube and continually push to do better than what I did yesterday. And if you do that and you listen to your audience, you listen to the people that are watching you and care about you already, then you have every tool you need to succeed. Every tool. Sum it up in this: do more of what works, do less of what doesn't. And I appreciate you guys all being here and being a part of the channel and the stream. Everyone who super chatted, clearly this is something you guys like, so we may do another session of this maybe next week. I want to make sure I got the computer. I want to have all my internet stuff handled, and I want to make sure that the lag issues are a little bit better. We've been doing these streams with McDonald's, and who knows when the next one will be or what our partnership will look like in a little bit, but I want to say it's been a fantastic time working with Mickey D's. I haven't told many people this story, but my dad actually did 10 national commercials for Mickey D's I said it last time, but I just reiterating, it's just so cool to see that in the 70s and 80s, my dad was working with McDonald's as an actor, and I had no idea that 30 years later, his kid would end up having a gaming sponsorship and partnership with them, and been working with them over this last year. It's awesome how the world works, and if you can trust that serendipity, that good things are coming for you, just put your work in and put yourself in a position to receive them. Trust. I believe that a lot of everybody's goals and dreams are going to be created as long as you go for it. You're really the only person or people that can stop yourselves. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for hanging with me. We're going to call it a day here. Thank you, Mickey D's, for all the support. It's been so much fun. And I hope 2021 has a lot more in store for us. So we'll wait and see for that. All right, guys, I'm going to end it here. Thanks again. Thanks for everyone who donated, who supported, who I got to walk through. There will be